love is definitely paramount. It's the most important part of the equation. It's the most important thing in our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with God, and it's the most important thing in our relationship with others. We have to be able to love, to make people feel that we love them, that the love that God has for us is the same love that we're willing to share or to demonstrate with them. And that type of love is not a type of love that allows us or causes us to want to put ourselves on sale. It's not the type of love that makes us want to force others to compromise and to devalue and to belittle themselves. As a matter of fact, back to this portrait, when the man asked me if I wanted to do it, he was like, okay, well, $5. And I'm like, all right, $5, why not? That's pretty cheap. But then as I sat down, he was like, well, you really don't want a $5 picture. That's just what I would do if I was going to do like a cartoon, a caricature. But if you want one that's more real, like more lifelike, like a portrait, then I'll do it for $10. It's normally $20, but I'll do it for 10. And I'm like, okay, so he's just like put himself, his skills and his talents on sale. And sometimes that's the same thing that we do. We put ourselves on sale. We devalue ourselves. We allow whatever situation or whoever comes into our lives, we sometimes allow that person to determine our worth, to determine our value. We compromise for different things or for different reasons because we want to be loved. We want to feel that we're connected to someone. We don't want to be alone. But love doesn't cause you to want to belittle yourself. A person who loves you wouldn't force you or wouldn't coax you. Sometimes it's not always forcing, but it's that subtle push or that subtle nudge, in that direction that kind of, before you even realize it, you're like, wait a minute, what did I just do? Did I just, yes, you just devalued yourself, or you just relaxed or let go of some of the morals, some of the things that you initially thought were important or things that you initially thought mattered. And then, all of a sudden you find yourself in an entanglement or in a situation where under normal circumstances you would not be in, but just because you wanted that comfort or you were at a point in your journey where you were a little vulnerable or just a little impatient, not willing to wait, want it now, feel like, what, why wait? Time is running out. My clock is ticking. Or you hear the voice of those people, those friends, those family members in your head saying, you've got too many standards, like nobody even follows the things that you've got, wrapped up in your little list or in your little head. Or, yes, you're a believer. Yes, you're a Christian and you love God, but I don't even think that God wants you to do that. That deep inside, this is what you feel, this is what you've been convicted, this is what God wants you to do, but you decide to put yourself on sale. Like this portrait. Yes, it's a good portrait, but I really don't really think that it looks like me. The more I look at it, I'm like, wow, it is beautiful. Great work. But not me, doesn't reflect a true essence of me, not the true person that God sees in the mirror. It's not his reflection of me, but it is definitely a great reflection. It's this person's interpretation of what I look like on sale, what I look like for $10. I don't know if I had paid him $20, would I have looked, better? Would it have been a better portrait? I don't know. And that's the thing. When we put ourselves on sale, when we compromise our morals and our values, we don't really know what would have happened if we had waited or if we had allowed ourselves to be treated at full price, to be treated for who we are and who God has created us to be for us to really just be able to exude and to come into full bloom, to come into our full potential with that person who is able to love us, because that person is able to see the value in themselves and know that God loves them and He is love, and love does not want you to compromise. Love does not want you to devalue and to be less than what God has created you to be.